like when you get beat, it's like, oh, there she is. Like, because you get to see, it's like your spirit sees like who you really are.
So I'm gonna get the first taper.
Say what?
I'll leave the barbershop and get the first taper. I'm a whole new nigga then.
Exactly. Just like that. When you get that tape,
like,
and there it is,
like,
right there.
I just feel like I gotta go somewhere now. I'll go to Walmart for no reason. Just walk around.
See, that-
Hello and welcome to this episode of 28th and Jefferson. As always, please like, subscribe, make comments, share with your friends. We would love to hear your feedback. 28th and Jefferson, and also follow MassCtv. We have Josh, Big Ange in the building, as well as a special guest. We have Brittany Muse.
Hey. In the building. I'm Josh Black, by the way.
Tight over here.
Yes.
Put some,
So
I've been gone. I want to say my last name. I need some respect on mine.
Josh Black. Yes.
I appreciate
there you
that.
go.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, so we're gonna focus on Brittany today.
That's real.
Yes. So Brittany, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, y'all can call me Muse actually.
Okay.
That's because there's not a lot of muses in the world. But anywho, yeah, so I'm an artist. I do makeup. I'm an art director. I originally got my start as an art director. As a makeup artist, and now I'm just like kind of getting into art directing. But I thought that honestly it was kind of something I was doing already, but I thought I didn't really think of it as a thing. It was just like, oh, I just like come up with concepts for shoots and just do them. But then,
what's a concept in the makeup world for a shoot?
well, it's not in the makeup world necessarily. So like when I do a concept, it's like a shoot. So like makeup was like my little like launching pad into.
Oh, so you do the shoot as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So like what got me into it was like I would be on set all the time and like doing all these like cool shoots with, like just what people would hire me as a makeup artist, and then so that's what made me want to do it, just have my own studio and do that myself. So like I would just come up with like different concepts, like for shoots and stuff, and like do the whole entire like look and makeup and everything. And so then I realized I love that almost more than I love makeup, and makeup is more so just like my bread and butter. It's just like how I make my money. Gotcha. But like art director, I would do it for free, but I don't want to.
Right. So that's pretty cool. So were you always into, I know you said that you've kind of always like loved art and things of that nature. So like, is it something that you just kind of grew to love, or was it something that you've always like loved as like a kid, just, visually like stimulated by that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I would always like color and draw and paint, and like it came from like my love of art came from like wanting to get out of the struggle and getting out of my situation. Like it would just be like, okay, let me paint myself out of this because like I don't like this, So I was like, in a very impoverished like household, so it was just like, okay, everything I got was a hand-me-down. It would always be like, okay, so let me just make this shake with this, and then it would be dope. Like I would like do my room even. Like I was into like interior design, I guess you could say. And so like that ties into like the whole concept of what I do now. But like, yeah.
So you paint now?
No, I paint faces, but like I paint like set. Like if I'm, I guess I do. But not like a not with a brush.
Not with a paintbrush.
Yeah, brush.
Yes, but not like on a canvas. Like,
that's true.
Not canvas.
Well, I used to be nice with the finger paint, water paint.
It's still with the brush.
That's real.
Wow.
It's been a minute since I hit water painting.
Right.
I was nice though. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. But yeah. Did I answer that?
Yes, you did. Okay, so you mentioned, so now you have your own business. So like you've combined doing makeup, like face makeup, with your creative direction so how did you come up with like the business idea behind that?
Oddly enough, the name Art Official which is just artificial, but yeah, came to me when I was driving one time. It just like came to me before I even thought. I was doing makeup, but I wasn't thinking of this whole concept of like shoots and all that. So it just like randomly came to me, and I was like, dang, that's a good name. Let me put that in my notes. And it just traveled with me until I like ended up being like, I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. And then like when I realized like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do with it, it was like, oh my god, this is perfect. But like really and truly, it kind of came from my just love of taking pictures. I always loved taking pictures from the start. Like MySpace was like, I was the Instagram model before Instagram. Like I was a MySpace model.
Shout out MySpace. Took us back.
Seriously. So like I was so into image and so into like I just loved it. Like me and my brother would always like go around like our neighborhood or just like around the house and like do shoots with our phone. Not with our phone. It was like these little
the digital camera.
Yeah, those little
digital camera.
Yeah, but they were, you know, whatever.
You had to hook them up to the computer. That was a mess.
We made it shake though, and then we used to like use a little memory card and go get them printed. And, So like, yeah, that's kind of like we always used to do that. Like we honestly we would take pictures. We would put on clothes and get cute to take a picture. And it was like a photo shoot test. We were like, we're gonna do our photo shoot, you know. And so like it was always a thing, and I didn't really know. I always wanted to be a model, but like I didn't really think I could, so we just did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like, but it was just like I always loved it. So it was like, okay, like what I want to do, what I love. Like what do I? Let me think, because even with doing makeup and all the stuff that I like, the heights that I've reached, it wasn't fulfilling. So I was like, what is it that I really, really, really love? And I had to think, like, what do I do all the time? What do I do for, you know, fun? Like, and it was that. Like, I just love image. Like, I love, like, you know, the whole, like, aspect of being able to transform into something, you know, a certain aspect of yourself or something totally different, you know?
Yeah.
And so that just kind of inspired me to want to just put it into what I do for a living and help other people, like, bring an image about or whatever.
Awesome. That is awesome. It takes some people some time to really figure out what they love to do, and the fact that you figured that out and you are like rocking it, that is so awesome.
How does one reach heights in makeup? Being a dude, I don't know nothing about the makeup game. Matter of fact, yeah, and girl always like, oh my god, her makeup look crazy, and we don't even get it. Like, unless we notice it. You know what I mean? The only time I notice makeup is if it's not good. You see what I mean? Like,
so you don't notice it if it's really good?
I just say she bad. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like it's like a subtle.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn, it's something about her. I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
But sometimes, you know. And so what makes a woman look at your stuff and be like, oh, I need her to do mine as opposed to this person? Like what do they notice that makes, you know what I mean?
Can you want to answer that? I'm actually a very big fan of hers.
Okay.
I've been a fan for a very, very long time.
Talk to me.
Back from your Obama days to your
Obama days.
You did this one thing where you talked about makeup and the way that it makes you feel and the way that it makes other people look, and you transformed yourself from looking like a lady to looking like a man. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was my favorite one. Okay. Yeah, I've been a fan. See, you see what I'm saying? Stuff. But so I'm gonna say that it's the way that she presents the makeup, because at the end of the day, and you correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you beat in the face, you beat in the face, you beat in the face. So you're gonna do your same.
I do hear that phrase a lot.
Right,
she's beat to the gods. I've heard that. About, yes, the women and the gays.
Okay. But all right. But the way that she decided to capture her model on her Instagram is what made me be like, okay, this one instead. Okay, I don't like the way you did that. Okay, but the way that she just, even like her captions alone, just the art behind the model, all of that is what said to me like, sis, you lit.
Okay.
Just, you know, but you can't answer the question. Makeup is an art. Like,
I know, it gotta be.
Is. So like going from, like if you look back like in the early, like I would say like 90s, when we used to like just do like the little strip of like one color, like, you know, lip liner with the gloss, that sort of thing. Like back then that was okay, but like now like makeup has like evolved into more of like legit artwork.
That's real.
Artwork. So you can tell like if somebody really knows what they're doing when you have on makeup because it really transforms that person to look like, oh my God, wow.
That's real.
Versus like, they didn't really blend that very well right there. You know, the color's not much. Like, you can really, well, maybe not for men, but women, we kind of have an eye for that sort of thing.
For sure.
But go ahead and answer what your thoughts are.
I mean, yeah, you pretty much said it. But like, I feel like what really sets me apart is that I like, especially now, I like to come from a place of like artistry and not vanity. Because like, I feel like that's what my start was like, whenever I wore makeup, it was a vanity thing. It was like, I just want to be beautiful, you know, whatever. But then like, I realized that I'm more of an artist and I don't want to feel like I'm bound by makeup. And then the vanity aspect of it, I feel like people get trapped in that a lot. And like, even I noticed my clients were like, come in and be like, girl, I just look a mess. Like, wouldn't let me take, you know, before and afters or nothing. Like, you know, barely wanted to take the after because, you know, everybody's so vain. So I was like, I didn't really like how that made me feel because I know my struggle with it. I didn't want anybody else to struggle with that because of me. So I was like, well, not because of me aiding in that, but it was like really kind of like that pushed me to go even further in depth. Like, I felt like I wanted to have a message of like, okay, first you need to be okay with yourself, you know, and that this is an art, but it's not you, you know. And like, you should be able to walk out of the house without anything on your face, you know, and still put it on and be like, okay, but your confidence shouldn't just be like when you beat, you know, because it's funny because I'll see somebody come in and they'll be like so innocent and sweet looking. It's just like, oh, I really see you, you know. And then like, as soon as I do their makeup, they're a whole diva and they just a whole different girl. They just like, you know, they have a whole different energy and I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dang, I wish we could like be like that without it, you know. Like, so yeah, it's a tough one, and that's what I battled with for a long time. In fact, I even had like a rebellious stage of like, I don't want to wear any makeup. Like, I'm a
Alicia Keys did that one time.
Yeah, no, but I took it all the way. Like, I was just like,
what do you mean?
I just didn't. I didn't really want to be feminine either. Like, I just wanted like nothing to do with all those like girly things. So I was just like, or girly things, but like, because I saw what it could do, and I just didn't want any part of it. But what I realized is like, it's okay. Like, it's nothing wrong with it. You have to be okay with yourself first.
That's the
How long does it take to put makeup on in the morning? I take that back. What's the difference between morning makeup, work makeup, and then let's go out and turn up makeup? Is there a difference?
Well, with me, I don't do that. Like, the most I do is like some concealer and a brow. Then I got my little extensions, but that's it. And so, but like, I used to, you know, I could, you know, I know how it does, but like, girls usually, if you're going to work, I would say 20 minutes maybe. But it depends, because these days,
it also depends on like what all you're doing. Yeah. So if makeup it's a lot to it. So like, if you're just doing like a concealer, maybe like your brows, mascara, a little blush, highlighter, that can take you know, like a couple minutes. But like, if you're trying to go for like a full on look, that takes a little bit longer because you got to contour.
On a Monday morning, what's your time like?
I don't wear makeup to work. Ooh. I don't really wear makeup at all unless like I am going to be in front of a camera or you know, going to like a special event or anything, and that's just me personally, because I'm just not really into makeup like that. But you know, like she said, like for me, like makeup just enhances my look.
You a 20 piece in the morning? So, what you gonna do on the work day? What you gonna give them?
You know what?
So y'all be beat on the plane.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all be with the little, you know what I mean?
I know, right? You know what? I actually went through like this whole. Did you say pause?
I said pause. I feel weird saying beat, but that's real. I mean, maybe that's. I tried to like say it without, and that felt crazy. I had to get that pause out. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I went through this whole thing with work because when you think of a flight attendant, you think, oh, red lipstick and your hair look nice and a bun, all that, right? They said that in training, like, do not come to work without something on your lips and something on your face. And at first I was like, they don't have anything to worry about. I'm putting on my makeup in the morning. What is wrong with you? But then I'm like working and I'm like, first off, why am I doing this? I actually really enjoy makeup, which is hello, why I found you. But I really enjoy putting it on, but I'm 5 foot, so I know I don't have to. But I went through this whole like life like fasting in February where I didn't wear makeup for the whole entire month, and that meant to work too. Just because I wanted to see, partly I wanted to see what everybody else was gonna think and say.
Did they try to
just so I could say something else?
What they were talking about?
Yeah, it was some people that saw me and were like, "Oh my gosh, you don't have on your makeup today." No.
Yeah.
I don't, and I still feel good. What's up? Still getting the tips.
Right.
You want the tip stewardess?
Yeah, flight attendants.
Flight
and yes,
attendants.
we are.
Was that disrespectful? Stewardess. You don't like stewardess?
We have a reason why we don't say
Talk
it.
to me. What's good?
I can't tell you.
Oh shit.
You asked me too many questions. Damn.
Flight attendant. What do you? I feel like the drinks or something.
Well, we are bartenders in the sky.
That's a fact.
I'm really there just
I don't
to
even
save
be. I
your
don't
life
even be
in the
spending. Y'all be
event
trying to tell nigga head off and then.
that 9/11 happens again. That's really the only reason I'm there. But
Just in case 9/11 happens.
I was gonna do
Lord.
next.
Okay, so
I'm only there just in case the plane hit a building. Really, that's all.
Let's get back on
Flight
topic.
attendants there.
But for me, on average, to answer your question, like it'll take me typically like 5 minutes to do like a really quick like makeup look with foundation, mascara, brows, little blush, gloss, and keep it right on rolling. So it just depends on the person, how much makeup they like, how much or how little they want. Depends upon how long it's gonna take to achieve that look. So moving on, you are going to be featured in the Vanguard art show.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, I used to go to the shows all the time, and I just thought it was like real cool and stuff. So I was just like, man, like I want to have like a piece or 2 or 3 there. So I was just like, I hit Dominique up and I was like, hey, I would like to have some pieces there. Like, can I do that? And he was like, yeah. And so,
piece, but you say you don't paint.
Photography is
talking
about.
That's okay. Now I'm good.
No. Cause like I'm gonna say this because like when I saw the podcast from like when they were here, everybody was like, what does she do? Like, oh, is she a photographer? No, she's just an artist. Like, I was like, man, nobody knows. So let me make it clear.
So
thank you. Clear it up.
So I'm a makeup artist and I'm an art director. And an art director does like creates like a concept and brings together the whole aesthetic of a shoot. Okay. So like if you come to me and you're like, hey, I want to do a shoot for my clothing line, I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna be like, bam, this first time I meet with you, I want to figure out what's your vibe, like what are you going for, and then when you tell me that, I come up with a concept based on those things and have like the whole entire thing, head to toe, makeup, wardrobe, the whole concept itself, set design, whatever, all of that goes along with that, and I provide all of that, like props and the whole like team to bring it together. Okay. So like that's what I do. So like, but for this, when I say pieces, like it's like I create an image, which it's an artwork. So it's like I work with the photographer, I come up with the concept, and the photographer and the whole team, we collaborate together to make that picture.
Oh, so, okay, got it.
Those are the pieces I'm talking about.
Yes, got it.
So like really, half the time I do the makeup for it, but sometimes I don't because I have a team and I usually like I try to share the exposure and all that. But like so. When I went to him, I was like, hey, I want to have some pieces there, I direct, I want to come up with these concepts, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, cool. And then I was like, great. And so I don't know, just kind of a couple days went by, maybe a week, and I was just like, I really want to, like, see what I can do here. I just kind of felt like some of my spirit be like, just see if you could just take the whole thing over. I don't know. Like, you just see. And so I just was like, hey, so what about if I just, like, do the whole thing. Like, I know you have multiple artists usually, but I just kind of wanted to see. And I was like, either that or the painters that you have there, I can come up with a actual, like, because I'm gonna have live pieces there too. So I was like, I can come up with a live version of their work or have like a photography version of their painting. And so he was like, I like you taking over. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna take over. So that's kind of how that went. And so it's a lot because I like to do things big. I don't like to. I feel like this is an opportunity for me to really showcase myself, in which I, have a rough time doing sometimes. Because like, even though I post things online and stuff, I am more about like pushing people out. I'm like that person that's like, ooh, I see a talented makeup artist, girl, you need to join my team, da da da. Like the photographer, I'm all about like bringing people into the spotlight. But I shy away from it, even though people may not know that. I really do. I don't show like the full of what I do, and I kind of downplay myself. Like when it comes to certain stuff, I'll be like, oh well, it was a team effort. No, you know, and people try to be like, girl, that you did your thing, like take it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like it's hard for me to do that, and now so this is a good time for me to showcase myself and just like be like, look, kind of showing out a little bit.
Yeah,
you know? And then on top of that, like my team getting the exposure too. But it's like really, it's a lot for me to just be like me for my, and it's mine though. Like so it's like it's hard, but like so that's what this is about. It's like about showcasing like mainly what I do, making very clear what I do, and like
when is it?
The 12th of October, which is my birthday
weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. 12th of October. I got my ticket already. At 7 p.m.
And where will it be?
Track 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Track 1?
Yeah, Track 1.
That sounds about
Track
right,
1.
yes.
1201 4th Avenue South, I believe.
4th Avenue.
I will say that track karaoke is happening the same night, and I just, I'm like, oh, it's a little rough. I just want y'all to know that it's gonna be like, I mean, they already came here recently, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Trap karaoke ain't from you?
Huh?
Trap karaoke ain't from you?
Where Memphis or something?
They travel.
Really?
Yeah.
Different places.
And they come here once a month or something?
Chicago.
It's
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's
okay.
cool seeming like, it seems like it's cool, but I'm like, okay, like how often do you get to see like something like this? It's an art, like not only just an art show where you see like the exhibits on like pictures on the wall, but it's like live art.
Yeah. That's right.
And it's a show. Honestly, it's a show. Like the it's gonna be, it's gonna be dope. Like it's really not gonna be like anything anybody's seen. And I feel like at least, you know what I'm saying, like experience it, then go to the next trap karaoke. That'll be
yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I definitely have my ticket for that. One more question before we move on to the next topic. We want to talk about TV makeup. So like I guess like stage makeup, where you have like the special effects, that sort of thing. What are your like thoughts and viewpoints on that? Is that something that you dabble in, or
I love that aspect of it. I don't get to do it as much because like that's the thing. I took a minute from makeup and I was like, I'm an art director. I'm not a makeup artist. I used to get offended for like a year when people call me a makeup artist because I was just like, because people limit me. They think I'm just like gonna beat your face and you're gonna be fabulous and glamorous. But it's like I'm an artist. I can create. Like I used to, when I first started, I used to do all kind of stuff. Like I used to like make myself into an old person. Like I made myself into a man. Like that wasn't when I first started, but it was earlier. But it's like I used to like doing like making characters and like being real theatrical and just like so it's like I feel like I'm falling away from what we were talking about.
No, TV makeup.
TV makeup. Yeah, there we go. TV makeup. All right, so yeah. Well, TV makeup is like, honestly, it depends on what kind of TV it is, or like most TV makeup is like or if it's Housewives. But if it's TV, like most of the time it's like you would probably like y'all's faces. That would be a makeup, and you would think that you wouldn't have any makeup on, but like that's literally how they want you to look. So like that makes you a lot of money, but it's not fun. So like, because I used to get like little, and a reality TV is more like fun because it's like you get to do like beats, extra beat, but like it still gets like predictable. You're like, okay, I'm not gonna make anybody into a character. I'm not, it's boring over time. But like, I feel like I would want to get more so into like film,
American Horror Story shit.
I would like that. Would be a challenge for me. and I know it's
we turn up for Halloween then.
Oh no! See, don't worry about it. It's I just posted something actually, something interesting. So
that's
like,
real.
I'm trying to get that going a lot more because that's truly like I like doing it and it challenges me because like the beat face. I'm not challenged. So yeah.
I might fuck with you on Halloween too.
Yeah.
I don't know where I want to be yet.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking.
That's why I really like.
I was gonna be something now. It's gonna be whack. I want something crazy now.
Yeah.
You got me thinking.
A session for a man be to get done for Halloween?
It depends. It could be an hour.
Trying to get beat, J-Dub?
About an hour.
No.
Depends on
okay.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, you can get beat if you
Oh, for the street. Yeah. That's real.
You know, but no, like, it's, you know, it probably could take, it depends on what you're trying to do. It could take an hour. It could take, you know.
Yeah, I gotta look into that.
Okay, cool. So our next topic, we're just going to talk a little bit about women in business and like your thoughts and views on that. I feel like more women should be, you know, business owners and doing what they love like you do. Was it hard to get into that space as far as like owning your own business and saying, okay, this is what I want to do like full time?
Well, it wasn't initially hard. It was hard as time went on. Like initially it was just like, oh, I want to do this. Like the more I had to go, the more skin in the game I had to give more. Like it was like when I first started, it was like, okay, you know, I do makeup, I get my money and cool. But like the more I'm like, okay, I want more, I have to give more. So it was like, man, so this is, you know, a lot of people end up doing like makeup or just being an entrepreneur and think that it is going to be like so much better and easier for them to do as opposed to working for somebody else. And I always say, like, if you can't work for somebody else, you can't be an entrepreneur, because like you got to have that discipline, because nobody's going to be over your shoulder telling you what to do. You have to do it. So like you can like internalize that. That could be like your boss right now. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, your boss right now could be like in your head for the future. So you're like, get up, bust this pavement. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like, I think it's a great thing to be an entrepreneur and a businesswoman and in the creative world or whatever the case. But I think that you have to truly be prepared to know that it's not going to be easy. And people look at makeup artists or art directors, you know, they looking at me and they think this is easy. They think, oh man, I want to do it. Do you? You sure? It's when I tell you, it's hard. It's real hard. But it's like it's rewarding because I get to do what I love, and I see bits and pieces of my future and the success that I want and the dream that I want the more I go. But like, if not for that picture, it would be hard. I mean, it's hard. It would be like, I can't do it. And that's why, you know, so many people, like millennials these days and stuff, like quit when their boss like yells at them or tell them something. And it's because like they don't want to do it anyway. So it's like, when you working hard for something, you really have to love it, or at least be determined enough, you know. Something's got to have you there, because like, I don't know, I wouldn't say, that's why I get why people want to be an entrepreneur, because I wouldn't say like, you know, you're working hard, but you're working hard for somebody else's dream. So, you know, you kind of, if you're gonna do it, at least be doing it for what you care about. Even if you don't own your own, you at least do something you care about.
Right. Find out your why.
Yeah.
Find out why you do what you do, or why you want to do something. And
speaking of that, like, it just made me think, like, because when I first started, makeup was just like $1, and ooh, I love this is fun. But like, as time went on, I realized it was so deep. It was everything about my journey. It was like my journey in a business, like, so it was like the stuff that I struggle with, like with my image and just being okay with myself and all that stuff. Like, it literally was like, wow, that's what I'm doing this for. I want to help other girls feel like that. Like, and it's weird. You would think that makeup wouldn't do that, you know, because it's like you're covering up, but it's like it actually does, because it's like you really like empower them to see like, this is who you are. I know this has got like, it's like a representation. It's like when you get beat, it's like, oh, there she is, like, because you get to see, it's like your spirit sees like who you really are.
So I feel like the first taper.
Say what?
You know, I'm a whole new nigga then.
Exactly. Just like that. When you get that tape,
like,
man, there it is,
like,
right there.
I just feel like I gotta go somewhere now. I'll go to Walmart for no reason. Just walk around. Y'all see it?
FaceTime people, you ain't talking to me.
Yeah, what's good?
I'm just checking on you.
I just make sure you straight.
You know what I'm saying?
You see me, don't you?
That's exactly. But see, like, what it does is like, over time, you start to want to dig deep to find that person, because it's like, I know it's not just there when I got this on, like, it's in there, so because it feels so real when you have it on. Like, it's like a costume. It's like when people do drag, it's like, oh, they just feel like, you know, so it's like, it really is like a part of you. You just have to find it without it.
That's good. That's good. I really like like that. You got a question or anything before we move on?
I mean, no. Do you teach people though? Because I need to sign up.
Speaking of which, I just launched because I did it before, but I'm relaunching it's called Beauty School Dropout, and it's like a 4-week makeup school alternative for I have a course for enthusiasts and actual makeup artists that are trying to improve. She like, oh, but like, yeah, actual artists that are trying to improve or whatever the case. And I the difference between what I do and like going to an actual school is like I train you for those 4 weeks. You get a month break. Then we do a 3-month internship, and that's where like you get paid and you some stuff you may not get paid, but whatever. But like, and we're doing shoots all the while too to build your portfolio up, because a lot of makeup artists just posting pictures with their phone and just going on Instagram, and they're not thinking like you really could be making big boy money, but y'all are not even thinking to build your portfolio. Right. So it's like me trying to get them ready, like for like you can have more, because I when I first got into makeup, like I couldn't imagine doing Obama. I couldn't imagine doing Yeezus tour. I couldn't, the stuff that I've done. It's like, how can I help other people see they can do that too?
Yeah. Okay. So you do like basic like makeup too, like for beginners.
Yeah. So that's what the enthusiast thing is.
Okay.
So like,
because I mean YouTube, it helps me, but I feel like I need just a little bit, a little bit more, because YouTube helped me get my brows together a little bit.
I watched a YouTube video today, and it was like, it was 5 minutes long for a super complex look, and I was just like, yeah, this gasses people up.
It does.
It's like you like dip, and you're like, oh shoot, let me try, and then you try it, and it's like
you look like a whole clown now.
right. So it's like, that's why taking classes with someone is so much better, because it's like you seeing the whole process. It's not just like 5 minutes, like an hour smushed into like 5 minutes.
Right. That's awesome.
Cool. I'll be signing up.
Yeah, sign up.
Yes. So just to move on, we're just gonna hit on really quickly. I know we hit on this. Was it last year? I believe. About Botham John.
I was talking about when y'all were defending Jay-Z and how that flipped on y'all. We ain't gotta talk about it. Do y'all feel silly about that now, at least?
No. But we're talking about Botham John right now. So the verdict has just been passed. Amber Geiger has just been convicted, and I believe she got 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, if I read that right.
10 years of prison.
10 years.
With the possibility of 5 years parole.
Hold up.
Yes.
See, I didn't see what the sentence was. Bitch only got 10 years?
10 years.
You killed somebody.
10 years.
10
you
years.
Walked up into somebody's house.
Someone else's home.
And you murdered them, and she got 10 years. Yes.
Well, let me walk in somebody's house and shoot them, see what happened to me.
Let me ring that.
Let me put on a uniform first.
Let me act like I'm
Are you familiar with that story?
No.
Oh, okay. So
someone briefed me on it.
It was a white cop.
Well, it was about a year ago.
Female.
A white female cop just got off duty. Claimed she parked on the wrong floor. Went to what she thought was her home. Turned the key. The door was cracked open a little bit, so she kind of like forced the door open. Saw a shadow and immediately, started shooting. And come to find out, this is not even her place. She lived on the floor underneath the guy.
She was in a black male's home.
Yes, and shot him in the stomach, and like he died.
Yeah, so she walked in a random house and then shot the dude while he was only playing Madden. Just shot him in his face. He's dead. Shot him dead. And then her defense was, I thought this was my crib.
Stand your ground.
I thought this ain't my house.
Yeah, basically said she thought this was her house, and like she just saw a shadow, and she just immediately started shooting. But the thing is, they showed like her.
You know how shocked RuPaul
door showed his door.
He in there playing Madden, and she was like, "What the fuck is this?"
The floor mat is different. Like just whatever they had outside the door is different.
I thought that was my Malcolm X post on the wall.
Your white single female house looks nothing like this black man house. When you walk through the damn door,
she blamed it on working a long 12-hour shift.
Bitch, we all work 12-hour shifts.
And she was just tired.
Don't get me started.
So anyway, today they came out with the sentencing.
Yes.
And the sentencing was 10 years jail time and 5 years parole. Possibility you get out in 5.
Yeah, and they try to use, what is it, the castle? Is it? It's castle something, but it's basically like stand your ground law, like they have in Florida.
Which doesn't apply.
But it doesn't apply.
Someone else's home.
Stand your ground would be if he would have got a gun and shot her in the face and blow her face off. That would have been standing his ground. Standing your ground is not going to somebody's apartment and blowing their head off. But I was telling people today that you can't, like, looking for justice in a white supremacist country, that is like expecting a candle to burn underwater. Like, that ain't happening. So, like, when it comes to liberation, I feel like you gotta take it. It ain't gonna give it to you. We don't have justice here. This is a white supremacist nation. Like, cops shooting black people that innocent, that's not even a crime here.
It's a sport.
Yeah, that's a sport. That's patriotism.
I don't think there will ever really truly be justice in a situation like that. Like, sentencing, yes, like it's something. Yes, they're going to jail instead of getting off sky high, free or whatever the case may be. But there's really no, for real, to me, like, true justice, because you can't bring that.
You can't get your boy back. But I'm gonna tell you what justice is. Justice is when 9/11 happened and America got terrorized, and then Osama bin Laden is dead now. You see what I'm saying? That's justice, because he terrorized people and now he's dead. So now everybody's like, okay, I feel better. They killed him. You see what I'm saying? And then also, which is another twist to the story, which America always does, white supremacy, they always do this. The dumb nigga who was in there, the brother of the man who got murdered, he's hugging the white woman who murdered his brother. He's hugging her. The judge is a black woman. She hugged the cop after the sentence.
The brother. Oh yes, I did see. So the
brother hugged the cop and
forgave her.
Hope you're okay. I forgive you. And then the judge. So it's like, yeah, you've been sentenced for to jail for murder, and I'm going to hug you. Can you imagine if I kill a white cop and you think the judge is gonna hug me when I go to jail?
No, but that's the difference.
I don't know. Like, I didn't see the judge part, so I can't really speak on that. But I did see the brother.
But I'm gonna tell you what happened. See, first of all, niggas is dumb. We gotta accept that.
Because he hugged her.
That's the dumbest person I've ever seen in my life.
Because he exercised forgiveness and mercy.
That's
Absolutely.
dumb.
That's dumb to you.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
you know
why
what?
America gonna keep going in this circle if we keep thinking
that's that
like
black shit. That's why we gonna end up like the Native Americans.
I'm not saying
fucking
that
around
we
like
don't
this.
need true justice. We do, however, there has to come a point where we have to exercise forgiveness and mercy, because at the end of the day, like you said, we're not gonna bring him back.
So what's the point in holding?
So what we gonna do? Be
angry?
Because being angry don't stress me out. Give me a stroke.
Forgiveness is. I felt like that was a bold move for him.
I think so too. I wouldn't have been able to do it, but he was able to.
You know why? Because it's not natural. It's not natural for somebody to kill your mother and you hug the person that killed her.
Well,
that ain't natural.
Well,
and it's not okay. Forgiveness is some old church nigga shit. We have to get off of that because ain't nobody doing that but us.
Wait.
White, if you go kill somebody white, they not finna forgive you. They coming for your head.
Hold on.
As they should.
This has nothing to do with, like, those are two different things. Me forgiving somebody else is not for.
But I think a lot of times the church uses forgiveness because it's.
I didn't bring religion in there at all.
That's who got us doing that.
No, not necessarily. But hold on a second. Go ahead, Brittany.
So I have so many unpopular opinions about things, but like I personally feel like. Moment of silence. Like, just hear me out. Mm-hmm. Like, I just feel like a lot of the reason that all of these things, because I think about it, like when you're in a relationship with somebody and they cheat on you and you forgive them, and or say you cheat on your girl and and she said she forgave you, but she keeps bringing that shit up over and over and over again. What are you gonna do?
So I would try to get her to forgive me, change my ways, say I'm sorry.
But no, like, what can you do if you've done all of that? You know what I'm saying?
And she still does it.
Keeps on. Like, say that. And
that happened, and it's gonna take time because I did something wrong. She didn't like it. I hurt her, and and you know why that's different though? But that's real. What you're saying is real.
Let me finish, because like I really wanted to, because like when you look at it, like any relationship you have with somebody and they, you keep holding on to the past, you can't move forward.
Absolutely.
Right. So like, and I get it. You know, we went through a lot of shit. You know, and we go through a lot of shit.
Right.
Here we go.
And so, however, I feel like I look at everything from a higher perspective. Like, there are, you know, the energy is in motion regardless. Like, so when we are constantly feeding that energy and constantly saying, well, you owe me this, and I ain't letting this go, you gonna keep on dealing with it.
Right.
Because it's smacking you in the face, just like every time you deal it patterns in life, like any patterns that you continue to go through in life is literally trying to show you something.
Yes, and that is true. But and you need to watch your energy. And I'm not trying to tell you to become another race, a different culture. You try to take your energy and ruin and become evil. That's not what I'm saying at all. The difference between that is, when you're in a relationship, y'all love each other. Fucked up shit happens and you have to fix it. Black people in America, they don't have a loving relationship. We have a relationship with somebody who is being raped and abused. This you're seeing, so they're not a loving relationship.
Well, see, here's the thing, because sometimes you can be with somebody that you have a very toxic relationship with, and that you have to, like, say family.
But the person, they're not sorry.
No, wait. Here's the thing. Say friend. I got some situations with my family that I literally don't feel like they deserve forgiveness.
Yeah.
Because they are not sorry.
Right.
So, but
are they trying to murder you?
But I'm saying, like, no, wait. Okay. It's because you got to look at it from it's not like
they not family.
No, I get. Okay. Honestly, these are people that you live with.
Right.
We like this world. We have to live together. So it's like if you look at it from that standpoint of honestly and truly, we are family. Because
what if they don't want to live?
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Go ahead.
Just hear me out. You know, you gotta live like we're in this world with all kind of different people. This is our family, whether we like it or not. We gotta see these niggas everywhere we go. We walk outside, there they go, they're at the grocery store with us. So it's like, for us to cohabitate and to have a peaceful environment, we have to be able to coexist and see and understand each other. Say for instance, I know this is unconventional. Like one of my artists was like, she had said something to the effect of like, she was like, I see how, what did she say? I see how, oh God, I wish it could come to me. It was like how white people, I'll say this, if we were the predominant race in office and in government, think about it. Do you think we would be the one, like we would be all, it would be like a little white section in the grocery store. It would be like, oh shit, like, yeah, give them something. You know, we wouldn't be thinking about them either. So like, when we think about it,
it's like, trying to kill them though.
Wait. We don't know what the fuck.
We ran the world before. We didn't try to kill them.
Wait.
Okay.
Like, so I'm just saying, I think this is a human issue. Like, it's like, I don't care who, like, say for instance, when Mexicans come over, they come together. They stick together. You know, black people stick together, sort of. Yeah. And then like, Asians, they come and they stick together. So like, we all very cliquey. Yeah. So like, we thinking about us. We not thinking about them. Yeah. So just like them, they're not thinking about us. You know, just like we wouldn't be thinking about them. Somebody would have to be in there like, don't forget about the white people. We'd be like,
okay, that is beautiful. Okay, let me tell you. You have kids. Okay, let's break it down like this. If your child is in school getting bullied, they told the person to stop. They told the teacher don't care. Teacher might even laugh at it and say whatever. The person keeps smacking them. Are you gonna tell your kid to continue to go to school and get beat up? No. Because we're peaceful and we're all human? No. What would you tell them to do?
Well, I would tell them, you know what? I would tell them, first of all, I'll probably take my damn child out of this school.
Right.
But
okay, then she goes to another school, same thing happens.
Well, shit, we gotta figure something out, cause like, something going on.
What would you figure out?
No, but
because I'm gonna tell my kids smack the shit out of them.
No, me too.
Because that's the only way they're gonna stop hitting you. And that's what black people don't want to do because it seems so scary. And since slavery, we've been so beat down. We're so insecure. We're so cowardly, including me as a group.
You think black people scared to smack the shit out of some people?
Cops kill us every day. Ain't nobody shot no cop. We pussy. That's what it comes down to.
What? Are you serious? People shoot cops? If
I go to Limelight or and I step on a nigga's shoe, he gonna beat the hell out of me. If I say if I smash a dude's girl, he gonna kill me. He gonna shoot. If I say F you,
I've heard of niggas shooting cops. Like
right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What are
they do that all the time. No. I think regular like
a black dude will kill me without question. A cop harasses him and his girl. He gonna think a whole lot. No, we ain't doing that.
Morals.
Wait, isn't that interesting that you just said that?
So hold on. So it's moral to beat me up for having sex with your girl, but a cop goes in there and smacks your mama up. That's moral because you don't shoot.
Wait. No. That's interesting. No, wait. I'm focused on something different.
Okay, talk to me.
You just brought up a whole different subject. So you said that a nigga would kill you without question. Wait.
Niggas in general are violent towards black folks.
Let me finish. So like, considering you saying, don't you think that's maybe the issue a little bit, just a slight? Like,
no, the issue is we got all this energy for a nigga stepping on your shoe.
Wait.
But somebody's like pressing you in right in your face, and you ain't gonna touch it.
No. Here's the thing.
That means you pussy.
Let me hit you with this.
If I abuse my girl all day long because I feel like she's weaker than me, and then AC come up to me and smack me and I don't touch him.
No. Here's the thing. Let me hit you with this. Think about it. Because you're saying like, okay, well, if, say for instance, say this, if you're constantly like
getting oppressed by white supremacy.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I was
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So like, say if you're constantly like, you're hitting like your girlfriend, and you find that you and your stepdaddy, he beats the fuck out of you, okay? Like, so you always getting beat by your stepdaddy. You like, how? I'm a good person. How could this be happening to me? Could it be karma that because I'm doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we looking at it like, because everything, people forget that there are laws and principles that govern this entire universe. Wait. Yeah. And so, but you have to handle things from a spiritual, almost a higher perspective. Wait. Higher perspective, and know that it's deeper than you physically touching things.
Wait.
There we go.
And physically touching things and trying to manipulate them on this earth plane. Because like you
are there evil spirits in the world?
Wait. Yes, but hold on. Say for instance, I can go out and I can try to do a good deed, and be like, yeah, that's enough, right? But if I'm not literally like right for real, that's not gonna make a difference. So like, say you're saying that, oh, it's okay for us to kill each other.
No.
Wait. We accept it. Because you're saying, wait. Because we have come to an acceptance of that. Because you literally just regurgitated that.
Yeah, but that's a negative. That's a negative trait.
Let me finish.
We do that.
I know you so passionate. Me too. But hold up. Like, you regurgitated that like it was like nothing. And that's how we all do. Because it's like literally like, oh yeah, niggas kill each other all the time. Yeah. Because guess what? We used to that and we have accepted it. So if we are so accepting of that, then we should understand, look at this, like if we don't appreciate or respect ourselves, how can we possibly expect somebody else to? You saying, oh, I'm mad that this white man killing me, but I don't give a fuck about Ray killing Raybeyond.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I want to interject so bad.
That's what I'm saying is, first of all, I don't accept it. The reason I use that analogy is because just to say we do have aggression in us. We're not just this peaceful, silly group. We're not, because if somebody disrespects us, we gonna take care of it. Except when it comes to people that are actually oppressing us. And the reason we're not going to accept, the reason we accept that disrespect is because we are scared. Because our mamas were scared, their mamas were scared, our dads were scared, and they told us to be careful, not because it was, they saw, from the slave, what happens is if a slave does turn up and punch a master, they beat him in front of everybody. So the next two, what you going? So now you shook. You have kids. So now when you have kids, you gonna tell your kids, hey, don't be turned up because I saw brothers turn. So we're getting taught to do all that.
You know
see what I'm saying?
But you have to teach peace.
No, listen,
and then you die.
Hey, I agree. But
because they're not peaceful. That's what we're not trying to accept.
Here's the thing. Wait. I agree. But like, check this out. Like, it hit me. I wish I could remember it. Shit. Like you said something that triggered it. I'm gonna keep talking till it come out. Like it was
about post-traumatic slave disorder or something like that.
No, it was like, okay.
In front of everybody.
Okay. Oh, bam. Okay. So you think, okay, I feel like it's so interesting that people like don't notice what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we think we woke, but it's like what's really going on is that because slavery is like so hidden, and it's so hidden. We don't even see it because like you think you see it, but that inundating us with all of this media, these brutalities. That is literally the massa saying, beating a nigga in front of you. They're saying, oh, sit back and don't. No, you see, y'all rising up. I see y'all being successful and shit. Be scared. Sit back. So it's like, us feeding into that is literally doing exactly what they want. Like,
so we should ignore it. What should we do?
No. Here's the thing. Here let me do this.
Okay.
Think about it. Because we know this world is big as fuck. It's a whole lot of people in it. We know that there are kids, little bitty 5-year-olds that are getting molested right now. So just imagine if there was a camera out. Look at this shit. Look at this baby getting molested. And it was all on your timeline. You would be like disgusted, just the same. And not only that, you would grow numb to it. It would be like,
how crazy would it be for a nigga to forgive the rapist?
No. Look, check this out. Like, it's happening regardless to if you are. Here's my thing. Like, we acting like this is a new phenomenon. Like, oh, this is new. No, this has been happening and will continue to happen. Just like it will continue to be rapists and pedophiles out here. We cannot go into. Wait.
Oppression keeps happening. We will be gone.
No, let me finish. Like, just like we get, if you was to go around to every individual and be like, every single time you hear a rape, it doesn't happen. Okay, can you not do that? Like, let's talk to every motherfucker. Like, you will be blue in the face. It's not possible. There's always going to be some free-thinking, weird-ass motherfucker doing their own weird-ass shit and gross-ass shit. So what you do is you bring your vibration up, because you cannot save the world by not saving you. If everybody focused on themselves to better themselves, we would be in a better fucking world. But you too busy over there like, let me fucking solve this problem, and let me fucking solve this problem. And then if everybody's solving this problem, the problems will be solved.
There we go. We're going to stop it right there.
The problem is white supremacy.
That was a good she said it all right there. So we're going to transition.
If your kid got bullied, what would you do? Seriously.
We're going to transition over to the think tank. Our think tank is my favorite. So, in this bowl, there are just different.
Is this a short way?
No, it's like the eraser. Are just different topics, questions. Just answer it however you feel.
She ain't never slid the bowl like that.
I know, right? I usually pass it.
It's too. I don't know. You already got it?
Yes.
Oh. When you're 90 years old, what will matter most to you?
91.
No. It would have to be. What did I teach my kids? Like, did what I set out to teach them did it work? Did it get inside of them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's super, super important to me. So I know that'll be like, I do that. Like, I want them to be free. I want them to be themselves. I would just be concerned with like, are they really like happy?
Yeah. Cool. Big Ange. You
can
keep it. You can keep it.
I'm like, cause you're gonna end up getting that.
You're right.
I just don't have my hair for today. It's a series I'm working on. Okay.
They still my kids.
Is spaghetti a side dish or a main dish? Now, if you ask the people at the fish spots, it's a side dish.
That's a fact.
Growing up, it was a struggle meal, so it's gonna be a main dish. So it's a main dish.
So in other words, it could be both.
We're gonna say main dish.
Main dish? Okay, main dish.
Yeah, they stay in that fridge for 2 weeks.
It sure will stay in the little things in.
What would be harder for you, to tell someone you love them or that you don't love them back? It'd probably be hard to say I don't love you back. That's awkward. I can tell somebody I love them just because that's a feeling, but if you don't, I just feel bad. But I love you, and I'm like, thank you. What do you say? that would suck. I would hate that.
I have love for you.
Yeah, that's real.
I don't have love for it. I don't don't think it's that difficult.
Yeah. Well, if somebody say I love you, and you like shit.
Just
A higher being.
Be like, oh, that's real.
Nice.
Thank
The
you.
love of God, I have that one.
Yes.
I feel the love off you.
Y'all think you're getting creative.
Oh, I have a statement here. It's border wall.
Oh, it's my game store.
I honestly feel like the border wall is just a waste of money. Because where there is a will, there is a way. So, regardless of whether you spend 15 million, billion, trillion dollars to build up a wall, people will always find a way if they're determined to either go under the wall, around the wall, over the wall, on the side of the wall, something through the wall.
You have to
They're
put it all around the
determined.
whole continent.
So
Because if not, you can just go through Canada.
that's that on that. So that wraps up our episode of 28th and Jefferson.
Beautiful.
Brittany, or Muse, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell people where they can follow you? I know you have like a studio location if you want people to, pull up on you, set an appointment, however they need to do all of that, let the people know.
Please set the phone.
You can pull up on me, but I'd rather you have an appointment. But yeah, so I'm located at 1908 Church Street, and you can follow me at Art Official Makeup and Photo on IG, or on my personal, which is Muse_the_artist. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. And make sure you check her out on October 12th, 7 p.m. Track 1 Vanguard Art Show. Get your ticket. You don't want to miss it
At all.
I'm in there.
You got Big Ange. You know where to find me. Big Ange 615_. Come holla at me.
When 9/11 happened, they didn't
My
forgive
nigga,
him.
yo, Instagram, man.
Y'all know where to follow him.
They didn't forgive Osama bin Laden. They killed him. They killed him.
All right, well, you know,
Follow
you can find him.
28th and
We don't have to do what
Jefferson.
they do.
You can follow
Amen.
at MassCtv. Remember to like, subscribe. Please share with your friends. You can follow me at Vicky_no secrets. And we out.
Peace.
Okay.